Alright guys, I'm gonna try to do this here. I'm gonna try to show you guys Ames. Apparently Ames, well for some reason, why does it still say Ohio, by the way? That's not supposed to say Ohio. Sorry about that, it's supposed to say New York. I hate that, like it auto-corrects itself. Apparently it's not gonna work. Hold on a second, let me try to figure this out. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be a nice boy here, or, whatever, and tell me how to, or let me go on maps like that. Because, you can Google, so we're gonna have to go like this. Hold on, it's gonna take a second to load. The internet's been acting horrible on this phone compared to the older one, so just a heads up there. I do want to apologize with that. But yeah, so I was gonna show you guys Ames because, that's apparently a store chain that was pretty much kind of lost in time. A lot of people kind of didn't talk about it, but now it's starting to kind of, be talked about more on the internet. And there is talk that next year they're gonna start opening up some stores. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because there has been things that have been coming back. I was reading that one of them was gonna be opening up like in a little shopping center or something next to a Target. Again, I don't know if it'll happen or not. I don't know. I gotta make sure I'm going the right way, though, again. I hope I went the right way. This looks like I'm in the middle of nowhere, though. Where am I even at? This is why I would like to be able to, be able to do all that. Oh, I went the wrong way. That's the problem. There we go. Again, like, where am I supposed to go? I don't know. I feel like I'm back kind of where I was at before with a bunch of trees. This is in New York, though, so you get some trees like this. Is it the fall? No, it says May. I'm gonna say, it looks like some pretty trees here. Oh, Big Lots. Yeah, see, there's the sign. And then there's the store over there. That's where Ames was at. I don't know if I can get over there, though, or not, without, that's the problem. I mean, I can show you guys the sign from over here. Wait, hold on. Okay, if I can't do it over here, then I will go over there, but theoretically, or not, why am I saying it like that? I mean, there's a theory here, I should be able to, yeah, I can go down here. I can go down here. Yeah, I have no idea why I said it like that. I'm just like, the theory is I can go down here and all that and, show it off. But look at this. But see that? This is where Ames is at, and this was a Big Lots. Of course, Big Lots went out of business. This is actually a really small Big Lots. And a very small Ames store. This would have made it very small, but check that out. Look at that. Look how old that is. See that old building? It looks horrible. Big Lots made it very nice when they painted it. So, it definitely needed a paint job. That's what it looked like beforehand, but it looked bad. Oh, look, you got the green on there too. It looks like. Look at it, you can kind of see the sign there and all that too. It's a bus barn too. I'm guessing that went out of business too, because we saw that it was empty, or somebody did a very horrible job at it. Why does the signage look different though? Oh, I guess maybe they took it down. But look at that. You guys can see kind of what it looked like on maps. There's a few of them that were like this, and I think there are still some that are sitting here abandoned like this. But you know, they're very rare to come across because they went bankrupt, you know, so long ago. You can't really tell. But I like that it's red up there, but it's like green over here. Unfortunately, though, can't really show you guys what it looks like. Well, I guess I kind of can. I can show you guys the big lots. Ooh, my, that is bright in there. Look how bright that is. It's probably not going to have a lot of photos, though, because, you know, Big Lots went out of business, too. Now, they did open some stores back up at Big Lots, but they were out of business for a while there. But that actually doesn't look bad. It looks very bright in there. So, I guess considered it was abandoned for a long time. I mean, I don't even know when this store exactly was abandoned. I mean, I guess we could look on Google Map or Google Earth. I don't know how well it'll work, though. I don't know. But there's not really a lot else to show there, but hold on. Okay, I don't know what this is here. New from Google Earth. I don't know what this is. Explore data layers. I don't know. See plans, explore. I don't know what the heck. Why not? What's area level? Okay, what do we got here? First order silver, okay, below, okay, let's see. Below the country. So it's showing, like, cities or something? I don't know. We'll check that out, I guess, later, but it looks like I have to, like, unlock it. Add to project. Add to what project? What am I adding it to? Not right now. Ooh, that's a fancy place. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna show me. It's not gonna show me what I'm looking for, though. I think I'm gonna have to go find the Big Lots or something like that. I don't know. The problem is it was in the middle of nowhere, so I don't know. It's gonna be kind of difficult to find this. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now you can see it. Oh, hold on. Let me move that out of the way. I'll try to find some more of them, but it might take me a little while to find them. But we got that here, so I can. We're gonna go ahead and use historical imagery because I'm curious to when this one closed, because it would have been years ago. Because like I said, you know, they went bankrupt and closed the remaining ones down in 2002, so it would have been sitting there for at least over maybe 20 years. I mean, it showed a date from, you know, more recently and then 2019, so maybe it opened before that, but it would have at least been almost 20 years. You know, because 2022 would have been before that. I don't know, let's see what it says. Oh, I guess it has cars there, so yeah, it would have been a Big Lots. So yeah, I guess it wouldn't have been quite 20 years, but pretty close. Let's go to... oops, too far. Oh wait, no, that's actually right. This is 2006. Look at that. See, it's like it. See, it's adding more layers to it. That's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though. Google. That's how Google works. Though the more you use their app, the more they add features to them. Which again, like, why can't they add these features beforehand? But I don't really like Google as a corporation. I mean, I don't like a lot of corporations anymore. But I'll say at least I got this. I'm not gonna complain. Ooh, it doesn't look very busy here either. And that's in 1995. That's still a few years before they closed the remaining ones down, and it doesn't look that great. I mean, again, like I said, it's just kind of how it is. But I would like to be able to. Let's see. How about I try to zoom out a little bit? Can I zoom out a bit more? Because I think I got it to work before. I think with the McDonald's. Yeah, I talked about that McDonald's and Holt Summit. Oh, oops. Oh, let's see. Look at that. It's loading a lot better now, but it's still not great. But yeah, it looks like it might have already went out of business by 2001. But again, I don't know. Because again, look, but the cars will be in different spots. So if I zoom out a little bit more, like, let's try this. I don't know. I think it is different. I don't know. Let's try it. So we got 2000 there, and then we got 1995. I don't know. It looks like it's about the same. Yeah, see, it's not wanting to work. Not the 80s. Check the 80s. But again, it's still not working very well on here though. Because we still can't see the time on there. So, car over there. I don't see anything though. This area doesn't go back that far, so we may not know exactly when it went bankrupt, but it does show 1995, so we know at least that's like the latest we know it was still open because there's cars there. So it would have gone, like, this store would have gone bankrupt. Like, it probably would have gone bankrupt at least, but around when they were closing them all down. So it was like the final years of the store, but I don't know when it went bankrupt exactly. But just that's actually pretty cool that we got that. I'm gonna try to look up and see if I can find a couple other locations. I don't know if I will be able to, but or maybe I should do the others later. Because I actually want to show you guys some photos real quick. I'm going to do that. So we're going to X out of this. I'm going to go look some photos up real quick. And I'll be back in just a second. We're going to see if we can find any of this stuff here. But we got some pictures here. Yeah, there are like there's like a lot of videos of stuff. As I actually saw this, I was looking at an Ohio location. I saw a building like this, and I was like, I think it may be in Ames because Ames used a lot of green in their stuff. It looks like it might have been. But they've been demolishing some of them too. So this is what it looks like in here. It looks so bad. Is this the one that Big Lots moved into? Because if it did, they did a hell of a job at fixing it up. Because that's a pretty bad. Look at that. I've showed off like some abandoned places, you know, but I would never go inside places, especially this stuff. There actually was an abandoned house I was at that's been abandoned for years, and I had the opportunity to go inside of it because it was like it was open in there. Because there was. Actually, I can't remember if the glass was open, but I think it was. It looked like it was open, but I didn't go inside of it because I'm like, well, number one, I didn't want to get in trouble, because of trespassing. Even though, I don't. It's just sitting there abandoned, I'm like, you know. But also, number two, it's, with it being, abandoned for so long, I was afraid to go inside there. But this house that I went into has been abandoned for years, too. Kind of like this one. So I was actually kind of afraid to even go inside of there, but. Oh my god, is that... Hold on a second. Is that Wally B? Oh my god, was that Wally B's vehicle in the top there? Is that the vehicle I saw? I didn't know I thought he had a different colored car though. That's what it says on there. So wait a minute, because I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, is that Wally B's car? Because he did it. That's where I found the video at to find this location. I think I literally saw his car in there. Hey, let's actually go check that out real quick. Let's check that out. How about that? It'll be ads. Hold on. Yep, there's the car.
You can miss the royal wedding, but you can't miss the Ames one-day sale Thursday only. Save 25 to 50% off all clothing and accessories for men, women, and kids. 30%.
Yeah, this is actually where I found out the store was a thing. And people are talking about it now, but I didn't even know what Ames was before that.
Sheets, towels, curtains, and draperies. You can miss the inauguration, but not 60% off.
We're gonna find out in a second if that's his car. Because that looks a lot like his car, and it was the only one in there. Oh my god.
Well, hello everybody. As you can see behind me, yes, there's a red Ames sign. It means one thing.
Ames.
I'm at an abandoned Ames. Kayla's never been here. She never got to shop at Ames like we did up here in the Northeast. She never even got to see any besides the one in Baden, PA. Okay, so fun fact about this, yes, the Z. Now it's sealed up tighter than a tuna can in a grocery store, so you can't get inside of that one anymore. But, however, it was still cool to see that one, show it to her. They got it fenced off. This one's not fenced off. And they still got that beautiful signage up. And voila. So let's go explore, and I'll give you a little bit of history about this one. All right, guys, there it is.
That's his
Collins,
car.
New York, Ames.
Yep, see that?
Okay, so fun fact about this, yes, the Z24, I almost said Z26. The Z24 was in the shot there for the thumbnail. I don't care, though. Like that all the electrical trucks are gone. When we were last here, they had all this equipment here. Now, this Ames here it was always an Ames. It was never anything else. This one, being a much smaller store than most, this is what Ames originally shot for. When they built their stores, they aimed at building these little stores in rural communities like this. Like, look around me here.
It's pretty cool, though. Look at that.
But yeah, so
you can see what it looks like inside there.
With these rural community stores like this.
I'm not going to show off the whole video, but I just wanted to kind of...
Before, and...
Look at that. You can see the loading docks and all that. But sadly, he never got inside of the Ames.
I got my picture with last time, and... Man.
So I don't know what it looked like inside the building.
Before I go, I'll just show you. Door that's just open, wide open in there. Might be able to see a little bit.
Oh yeah, there you go. You
and
see what it looks like.
Right. It's just pretty much gutted in there. And you can see the sales floor a little bit. Yeah, very small store compared to the majority of them. God, I would love to have that Welcome to Ames sticker off the glass door there. Or even this one here on this door. Let me dim it down a little bit. See, please use other door. Thank you for shopping at Ames. Please come again soon. Yeah, that's cool. Welcome to Ames.
Welcome to Ames.
I can already tell that's dead bolted, so...
Yeah, can't go in there.
Oh well, no getting in, but that's...
But yeah, you can see kind of what it looks like and all that. See that? It's got like... It's kind of interesting and all that in a way. But it says that's September 11th. That's what that is, September 11th. But I'm pretty sure I saw his car in the satellite thing. We're gonna go back to that. I want to look at that real quick. So hang on a second. All right, here we go. There's the store. I don't know. Now that his car was black. It says that's not black. I thought I saw a black car though in maps though. We got another one over here though. But I didn't know it was actually originally an Ames. So that's kind of crazy. So it was never something else. It was not a Dollar General or something. It was originally an Ames. I think actually though, like even Walmart was like that. I don't know about Target, but I know Walmart was like that, I think. Which by the way, the original Walmart, I think the building is still there. I can't remember, but it's still there, but it's definitely not there anymore. Or not there, it's not, well, the Walmart itself ain't there anymore. I don't know, we got a couple cars over here, it looks like a truck. I don't know. Maybe it was on Google Maps, because he talked about there being, like, some stuff over here, I don't know. But yeah, I can understand, though, why this place lasted as long as it did, though. It lasted a long time, probably before somebody, turned it into something, because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, like, there's, like, nothing else. So it's, like, in the middle of nowhere, so I'm guessing maybe at one point, maybe Ames was, like, Dollar General, they just threw a bunch of stores in all over the place, I don't know. I mean, on every block, you can find a Dollar General somewhere, I don't know. Let me try to check. I've been wanting to check the maps again real quick. Let me do that, if it'll actually work. Because again, Google was acting funny. Because sometimes I'll pull it up, and sometimes it's not letting me, look at it up without kicking myself out in the historical stuff, and sometimes it will. We'll see. Hang on. Oh, apparently I never stopped. I apparently didn't stop the recording, or unpause the recording. My bad. Hey, I guess I didn't unpause it. My bad. So I was gonna say, I didn't find anything. I was like talking and all that, and it apparently didn't stop the recording, or I didn't unpause the recording. So, um, I did not find his car in there. His car is not in there, so he's not. It's not in there. It's not going all the way over here to 2019. It's not in there. I thought I saw it, but I guess I did. But see, it like automatically will. Let's see that, like it automatically, changes itself for some reason. I don't know why it does that. So, like, what would happen if I did this, with my dad's house? I actually want to try that out real quick. And then we're going to get back to showing off the photos real quick before I let it go. Because I want to find some photos for you guys. Alright, let's see if we can get it to work here. Because I've been to this house, I lived in this house for so long, I can kind of tell you what it was like beforehand. That's what it looks like in 2003. However, that's probably not the greatest picture. I don't know. Problem is, it's like very blurry too. Look how blurry it is. It looks horrible. Why does it look so bad? I guess to be fair, it is out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I should have done something different. We've got the tree there. Which I don't even see. Heck, that looks terrible. That ain't working very well for me. I don't know. It definitely ain't working though. So, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and... I don't know, I mean, I wanted to kind of see something here for the future. But it's not working. I guess I'll try one more thing. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do and show you guys some photos of Ames, the inside of the store. Alright, here we go. I'll show you guys the McDonald's. Let's see if we can get it to work here. I mean, I could just do this off screen, but I feel like it's not. Well, it wasn't supposed to take this long, but this will be a very good notice here. Notice that, though? So, like, what if I zoom in closer to it? I don't know. It looks like it's taking away... Yeah, I think it takes away the... Yeah, I think it gets rid of it. So, like, you see that the sign's gonna be... I don't know, the trash can's still there. I don't know. Certainly looks like it was more packed back in the day. I mean, 'cause there's people there. Look at that. There's a lot more cars though. I've been to this one though, and it's packed sometimes, but there really isn't a lot of people there anymore. But I don't know. It's really hard to kind of see because it looked like it was the normal McDonald's, but. And I thought about I could go over where the Taco Bell was added, but that ain't gonna do me any good because, that was not there before, so. Oh yeah, like look at that. Let's see that. You can see when that's there too. Also, it looks like 92, the year 92 is added to. But see, there's like nothing there though. That's what's crazy. That just proves though that it was not originally a McDonald's, but it was something else. Yeah, but it goes to 2003 here, but also no 2002 and all that. A lot of dates don't seem to be doing that for some odd reason. I don't know. It's like that with 2012 as well. With in 2012 and all that, a lot of places don't do that. Some places don't even do 2007 on Google Maps, but most of them don't do 2012. But like this area, you cannot do 2012. It won't. I mean 2007 at all. It won't let you. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how it is, I guess. But the heck is that? What is that? Huh? I don't even know what that is. Well, let me pause this so I can get back to what I was really gonna show you guys. I just wanted to see if because that's a new feature it added. I wanted to see if it'll still let me do it, but I don't really know. But I'm like, Google is always updating something, so I don't know. Here we go. Got some photos here. Hopefully, I can find some on the inside. Now, this video actually has taken me a lot longer than I thought, but I was showing you guys the Wally B stuff too, because I thought that's, I guess at least you guys got to see his channel, so, I mean, there's that. That looks totally fake. Is that like a poster or something? I guess it could be a poster. Back in the day, actually, I don't know if they still do or not. I know a lot of like restaurants, like fast food and all. They don't show off a lot of. They don't have a lot of pictures in general on their buildings anymore. But they used to have like, you could see what the stores kind of looked like back in the day. I know Steak and Shake still has that. Steak and Shake still has that kind of stuff. And they're kind of considered a fast food too. Like you can go through the drive-through and all that. You know. Actually, I think a lot of places have drive-thrus anymore, but, they're, like, super-duper fast. Is that supposed to be Ames, too? I don't know what that is. Like I said, I've never been to an Ames before, I mean, they were all pretty much gone, when I was around, and, the ones that closed were all, like in the middle, like the east of the United States, like the upper east. So there was one even in Connecticut, where my grandpa lives on my mom's side. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm trying to find some photos though. Look like that. Like what is that? Like tape, like orange tape on the ground, kind of like that. Some stores still have that. A lot of them, though, have gotten rid of that. They kind of got rid of the tape. I'm not really sure why. I kind of like the little tape effect to it, but I guess to be fair, it's probably a little bit harder to keep the floors clean and all that, but, I don't know why they can't just have them on the walls at least. That's orange, though. I don't think I've ever seen orange tape. I've seen some red tape, but not orange. There's some older photos of that. And see what it kind of looks like. Unfortunately, that's black and white. We don't want black and white. But I like that photo. Well, it says country stores. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find Ames. Now, some people are saying that, like, people are kind of speculating, or, saying, like, maybe the store's not going to come back. I don't know, they keep saying they're going to, but, again, we'll have to wait and see by next year. It says by June next year they're going to start opening them back up. So we'll see if that's true or not. If that's true, that might be a good thing. Because, they were a department store, kind of like Kmart and all that. It even looks like it, See, they sold a bunch of different stuff. I guess to be fair, there's also, like, we got the dollar stores. We got Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar doing that, too. So they got some competition there, but it would be nice to have, like, these big, companies come back, too. What I really want to see come back are some movie stores. Like, I want to see, Hastings and Blockbuster coming back. Those would get some good stores. Well, Blockbuster, I didn't shop at as much as Hastings, but they could also bring back Hollywood Video, you know? I don't know. What is this? So it's another department store? I mean, I don't know. An Ames set to open. So it's something in Ames to open or something, you know? I don't really know. Ooh, I like this one. What is this store? Get your game on at these Ames stores in... Kind of crazy there. Well, that actually looks kind of fancy. Ooh, I like that. Is that really a store? Or is that somebody's game room? It looks like a store. I mean, it says it right there, but... That's actually really nice looking. I like that. This is what it looks like in abandoned, though. But of course, again, because they've been abandoned for so long, you know, they don't really look like that anymore. But I really like the green. The green looks nice. You know, that's kind of how you can tell a lot, too, if there's an Ames store, is by the green. Now, I guess to be fair, their Dollar Tree and all had green, too, but... Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, I think, with that than the others. You know, but because they've been abandoned for so long, too, you know, and there's a lot of people have been posting videos on there, but they've been abandoned for so long, trying to find, you know, ones that look in decent shape is very hard. And also trying to find videos on there. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like having such a hard time finding, you know, an Ames store, you know, when it was in business online. I'm finding some commercials. I've been finding that, but the commercials look like crap a lot of times. Now I guess they do have like an Ames commercial going out of business, and then there's also the announcement thing, which I guess I could show you guys that. I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to, you know, but the thing is, though, I kind of want to, you know, I mean, I'm going to show off some other ones. I could just wait, but I don't know. What is this? Huh. I got some pictures here. Like some commercials, it looks like. Oh, we got Scrooge. But I think maybe I'll do that in the next video. But there was the announcement one, but you could see like photos of there and, you know, then and now and all that. But you can tell that's old. But Ames kind of became like the Kmart is now, where it's just like, just dead. So I got a little a little mug there. That's really nice, a mug. There's some more, some pictures there. Ooh. Oh, they had it in a mall too. Is that what that image is? That's actually kind of cool too. That's something I never would have experienced because, you know, they closed them all down. Now, I've had a Target as an anchor store in a mall, but not that. And I think at some point too, there's been there's been other like anchor stores too. Now the most common, you know, anchor stores you would find are like you got J.C. Penney's, you know, Dillard's and Macy's. Like and pretty much Sears. Well, not anymore because Sears is like dead too. And there's actually down to like 5 locations now apparently, so they're shrinking. So I need to get my booty up there and show off the remaining ones. It hasn't really been on my mind. I've been kind of busy with stuff, but I want to kind of show some, because when they go out of business, it's going to be a lot more difficult to show off imagery of them, because Google's not going to show as much as that. These are some really good photos, though. And these were when it was in business. But yeah, see, they used like a different colored, format too. Because most stores, use the, typical, the typical looking at. Oh wait, here's a look inside the store. So that is an Ames in there. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's got like a greenish, bluish, looking, look to it. That's actually really nice though. It's a different kind of shade of color. Instead of having a red and color like Target or Kmart, or like having a color like a blue like Walmart and all that. It has like a bluish green color. And I mean, like I said, we've had colors like Dollar Tree and all that, but usually they didn't look like this, like this shade of color. But still, there are quite a bit of images on. There's a whole Instagram, thing on this apparently. That's actually pretty cool. And I could go on and on, but I'm like this would take a while, and the video is already over 40 minutes long, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and stop it. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys of it a little bit, so you guys could see what it looked like before they went out of business. What is that here? Oh, of course, the comp. Why does it say there's a... I hate that. This is something that's been a huge problem, too. Also, where the heck did the comma even go? The comma just disappeared. See, it was there, and then now it's not there. Yeah, you guys literally saw that, right? Like, what the hell was that about? But that was a form or something else, and then it became an Ames. Or maybe it became an Ames afterwards. But this looks older, so I'm going to assume that that's newer. But that's actually pretty cool. But if they do open an Ames store up, I guess we'll see what the Ames is all about. Hopefully it'll aim for, some, nostalgic, or, bring back people who actually missed the store. I hope you guys got that joke, AIM, because it's called Ames, Sorry about the horrible puns, but, yeah. Oh, look at that! Well, that's actually a video. Is that a commercial, or...?
The information they need, when they need it, and where they need it, so they can focus on serving the customer. The 470-store Ames department store chain, which operates in 19 states, has met that challenge head-on by putting the power of Telzon wireless...
Okay, that's just another commercial. Like, that one doesn't look too bad, but some of these looks like they look horrible, like the video quality is bad on them. I mean, I'm sure you could probably, like, edit them and all and fix it up, but I'm like, that's kind of just more work to do, But, yeah, that's pretty nice to have. I think that's the same video as before. But yeah, I will show you guys some more stuff off here pretty soon. But anywho, I better go ahead and let things go from here. See you guys all later. Bye-bye.